Good morning, students. I welcome all of you in this session of English language. In the previous session, we discussed two extracts from the lesson Pillars of Democracy. Today, in this session, we are going to discuss the second half part of the same lesson. Let us look at page number 37 in the textbook. I read the third passage. The second thing we are wanting in is recognition of the principle of fraternity. What does fraternity mean? Fraternity means a sense of common brotherhood of all Indians. If Indians being one people, it is the principle which gives unity and solidarity to social life. It is a difficult thing to achieve. How difficult it is can be realized from the story related by James Bryce in his volume on American Commonwealth about the United States of America. The story is, I propose to recount it in the words of Bryce himself, that students, in this passage the author tells us about the principle of fraternity. Students, what is fraternity? Fraternity means a sense of common brotherhood of all Indians. It means all the people are one. This principle gives a sense of unity and solidarity to social life. To make this point clear that it is difficult to achieve, the author proposes to recount the story related to this in the words of Bryce himself. So students, what is the story related by James Bryce about United States of America? I read the story. Let us look at the second last passage on page number 38. Some years ago, the American Protestant Episcopal Church was occupied at its triennial convention in revising its liturgy. It was thought desirable to introduce among the short sentence prayers a prayer for the whole people, and an eminent New England divine proposed the words, "O Lord, bless our nation," accepted one afternoon on the spur of the moment. The sentence was brought up next day for reconsideration when so many objections were raised by the laity to the word nation as importing to definite a recognition of national unity, that it was dropped and instead there were adopted the words, "O Lord, bless these United States." This story is about United States of America. The author quotes exactly stated by James Bryce. So here it is said that the American Protestant Episcopal Church occupied in revising its liturgy. So here liturgy means rites prescribed for public worship. So occupied in revising its liturgy at the time of 300th anniversary. So here liturgy means rites prescribed for public worship. In this ceremony it was decided to introduce the short sentence prayer for the whole people. Therefore, an eminent New England divine proposed the words like, "O Lord, bless our nation." This is what the short prayer was proposed by New England divine. Students, so many objections were raised by the laity. Laity means members of a religious community. So many objections were raised by the laity on the word nation. Therefore, this was brought up for reconsideration on the next day. Consequently, it was dropped and instead these words, "O Lord, bless our nation," the words, "O Lord, bless these United States," were adopted. Now let us move to the last passage. I read the passage. There was so little solidarity in the USA at the time when this incident occurred that the people of America did not think that they were a nation. If the people of the United States could not feel that they were a nation, how difficult it is for Indians to think that they are a nation. I remember the days when politically minded Indians resented the expression the people of India. They preferred the expression the Indian nation. I am of opinion that in believing that we are a nation, we are cherishing a great delusion. How can people divided into several thousands of castes be a nation? The sooner we realize that we are not as yet a nation in the social and psychological sense of the word, the better for us. For then only we shall realize the necessity of becoming a nation and seriously think of ways and means of realizing the goal. The realization of this goal is going to be very difficult, far more difficult than it has been in the United States. The United States has no caste problem. In India, there are castes. The castes are anti-national in the first place because they bring about a separation in social life. They are anti-national also because they generate jealousy and antipathy between caste and creed. But we must overcome all these difficulties if we wish to become a nation in reality. For fraternity can be a fact only when there is a nation. Without fraternity, equality and liberty will be no deeper than coats of paint. So, in this passage, the author says there was so little solidarity in USA at that time that the people of America did not think that they were a nation. Consider our situation. What is about India? How difficult it is for Indians to think that they are a nation. The author, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar, further says the politically minded people instead the expression the people of India preferred the expression the Indian nation. The author is of the opinion that if we believe we are a nation, then we are cherishing a great delusion. So here delusion means a mistaken idea or opinion. The reason is that people are divided into thousands of castes. Then how we can be a nation? Our goal is to realize the necessity of becoming a nation and also think seriously of ways and means of realizing the goal. But the realization of this goal is more difficult than United States because the United States has no caste problem, whereas in India there are several castes. The castes are anti-national because they bring separation in social life. It means they don't unite us but divide us. Secondly, they generate jealousy and antipathy between caste and creed. Further, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar says what we should try if we wish to become a nation. We must overcome all these difficulties. For the existence of fraternity, we need to come together. When can fraternity be a fact? When there is a nation. Finally, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar says without fraternity, equality and liberty will be no deeper than coats of paint. So students, in this way, we have discussed two extracts from the second half part of this lesson, Pillars of Democracy. I hope you understood what we discussed in this session, I conclude my lecture here. I stop here. Thank you.